Good morning. It's Meg Nordman, author of Have Yourself a Minimalist Christmas. Just woke up, I guess about 5:30, and I guess it's getting close to around 7-ish right now. And I thought, hey, I'll just make some little video content to show you guys my morning routine, because I know I'm interested in that. I find random bloggers and vloggers and stuff on YouTube and stuff, and I'm really fascinated about what other people do to get their day started. I don't know why, but I just know it's really important, and I have gone through different routines over the years. So yeah, so first thing first, I just wake up and make a latte. We don't really drink coffee. We're a little fancy and like our lattes, and so we have an espresso machine, and I really just sit in the dark and sip on that and savor it. For a long time, probably too long, but that is my time of just sitting in quiet. The next thing I like to do is to get started with my day, and I do usually just try to make sure that the dining room table, which our dining room is in our living room because it's a small space, and I just try to get the table cleaned off and sweep under the table from dinner the night before. There's always rice or something, and just get that layer of rice and sand off the ground. And then once the floor is all clean and the throw pillows have been like put back on the couch because they've landed on the floor from the kids the night before, and things just feel a little bit more tidy, then I feel like I'm in a mental space where I can start doing some yoga. I started doing yoga with YouTube, doing Yoga by Adriene, and that has been a habit that has stuck now. This has been really good. I just am one of those people that needs to be guided. I can't just do yoga on my own and do it very well. I won't stretch myself long enough or know how to best twist my body from one position to the next. So I just let her guide me through it. She's the one who reminds me to inhale and to exhale, and when to change position, whether that should be on the inhale or the exhale. And so it's a really good guiding voice in my ear. So after yoga, I'm usually laying on the mat, and Adriene will kind of guide you through sorry for the kids in the background as usual. She'll guide you through a meditation in a way, just a quick kind of gratitude moment. And that may serve as my moment to get really, really present, and that may serve as my meditation for the day. But if I'm in the mood to do more, then I'll just get on YouTube right after that and look up a guided meditation and spend about 15 minutes doing that. And that can get a little intense for me, but sometimes I really want that. After yoga and possible meditation, then I try to drink a full glass of water and just try to make sure I get my day started. Because I've already given myself a lot of espresso with my latte, so it's time to get hydrated and start that habit for the rest of the day, and making sure I'm constantly refilling this water glass. Somewhere in the midst of this, kids are getting dressed, and I get them a quick breakfast if they ask for it. If they don't ask for it, they don't get it, but eventually they tell me when they're hungry. And anyway, it's usually scrambled eggs, and sometimes it's just fruit. Today we had a bunch of watermelon, and that's what they said they wanted, so that's what they got. I just don't stress over it and make a big deal out of it. I do a little bit better job with lunch, and then a lot better job with dinner, but I keep breakfast pretty no stress. After that, it's time to crank up the tunes and clean up the kitchen. So it really doesn't take me long to do that, but I also take the time to turn the music on, some good dancing music, to get my body moving and my kids' bodies moving, and it's just fun. And I feel like I'm knocking out 2 birds in 1 stone, because it's a little bit like exercise or cardio. And it makes the kitchen duty much more enjoyable if I'm scrubbing a dish, and then I can stop and just dance around in the kitchen like a crazy person with my kids, and then go back and wash the next dish, and it just becomes like a fun little dance party chore. And then usually I shoo them outside after that and let them get some outdoor time while it's still cool outside. We live in Florida, and it gets crazy hot by 11 p.m. So basically between like 11 to 3, it's indoor time, especially in the summer right now. So we have a tree house that was built specifically to have some risky play and some good movement, and I send them out there to go and play. And sometimes the neighbor kids come over too. We're kind of in isolation with our neighbor friends, just so they have some socialization during this pandemic. So yeah, that's a big chunk of our morning, is when they go out to play, and then I can come inside and get some other things done. Okay, so now my house is tidy. It may not be a deep clean. There's dust probably, and there's probably a film of kid stuff. As you know, if you have kids, it's just impossible to get it all up. But it's good enough, and I can focus now. It's not like distractingly messy. My kitchen, it is not a pretty kitchen. Again, I live in a rental house, so there's not much I can do about it. But countertops are cleaned off. Dishes are clean. It is time for my oatmeal, overnight oats. I put peanut butter in it and some raisins, maybe a few chocolate chips, maybe a little granola, and it tastes delicious, super healthy for you. Great way to start my day, and it's a pre-made decision. I don't have to think about what I'm gonna make myself for breakfast or anything like that. And then I sit down and I get started. I do not have a desk any longer. I used to have a desk, but it took up too much space in my house, and it was a clutter magnet. Stuff was just constantly landing on the horizontal surface. And I finally had that realization and got rid of the thing. And I gained so much square footage. I can't believe like how much bigger my tiny house feels now that I no longer have this big cluttery desk in it. So anyway, every day I just get out my laptop and my notebook, and I get started on book stuff or anything else I need to get started on. I know that looks kind of cluttery up there, but that is our mud room. That is where all of the keys and hats and sunglasses go. But anyway, and then I have this little guy. It's my journal. I don't do like real journaling. I know that like every guru says that that's really good for you. I kind of, if you follow me on social media, I kind of publicly journal in a sense, and I kind of use that like a diary and a way I work through things. And then, but I keep that one for random ideas, random quotes. Whenever I do, take a break from doing work over here, I'll go and do some laundry. I'll go pick up the kids' room. Then I'm gonna have to like wash dishes another time and sweep up a mess that they make. There's just stuff that's gonna happen all day long. And during that kind of busy work stuff, I put on podcasts or audiobooks. And I have so many good ones I'm listening to right now, and I consider all these people like my mentor. And so if I hear a really good point or a really good quote or just a really kind of like light bulb moment that I get out of it, then I go and I jot that down. So this book is full of stuff that I'm sure will one day be like content for a book or a blog or a video or a podcast or something. But it's just all the really, really good stuff that I'm like, whoa, that just blew my mind. So I kind of consider that as my journaling in the morning or throughout the day anyway. And so, yeah, that's my morning routine in a nutshell. It's not always the same. It varies. That's just life. But that is what I do, try to do. Enjoy the heck out of my latte. Get some yoga and stretching in. Maybe meditate. Definitely take a moment to pause and be grateful. Get my house kind of tidied up, and so that I can focus. Get the kids outside to play. Get them fed and dressed. And then come in here and do some work and get some things done, because that is the newfound time that I have. I did not used to have time for this. This is incredible that I'm like making a video and telling you about it, because if you told me that 3 or 4 years ago, I'd have laughed at you, because I did not have time to do extra things like that. And so that is why I'm so passionate about telling everybody about minimalism, just because of that extra time to paint, to play oboe, to write a book. I mean, that is, for me, that is what I want to do with my extra time. So anyway, yeah, that's my morning routine. Just trying to do healthy things. I'm constantly introducing little new extra habits. If you want a good book about that, Atomic Habits is amazing. And I definitely have utilized a lot of his advice to get these new habits integrated into my morning routine. So anyway, yeah. Have a lovely day. Bye, y'all.